My work is about not demolishing. It's about retaining existing building fabric and adding an additional layer to it. I'm Ian Moore from Ian Moore Architects. I'm also one of the owners of this property. Came upon the property when we were looking at another property close by during COVID, when everyone had to stand 1.5 meters apart and the queue sort of went round the corner, and as we were at the back of the queue, we looked around the corner and saw this street, and we thought, well, we better go and check this one out. I said to my wife, I think this is the one. I could see what the house was originally, which was an 1885 Italianate villa, very solidly built. It had been converted to flats. It had significant changes made to it over the years, and there wasn't a great deal left of the original detail. In a house like this, you have the front, which has some formal qualities to it, addressing the street. It has the front door. You come into these grand old Victorian rooms. And then at the back, we want it to be feeling much more contemporary, much more open, big open plan space. The whole of the rear of the property opened up with these bifolding steel doors. So essentially you're living in that indoor-outdoor space, which we all love with Sydney's climate. And then the bit that's in the middle, the transition between the old house and the new section, that's where things like bathrooms and laundries really belong. And they sit very comfortably there because they're not taking away a view, they're not taking up important space, they're not right at the front of the house where privacy might be an issue. And because we've got these 4 beautiful rooms at the front of the house, we didn't want to do anything with those. We have done a complete 360-degree spin over the last 100 or so years where we want to be out the back. That is where we live because that's where we've got our private open space. And in this case, we've got a very generous and very nice back garden to address. The orientation is very nice. We get good northerly sun and morning sun into that backyard. It is about being out the back, and the front is no longer about bringing people in only one room deep. You know, what you do here now is you can have the bedrooms at the front, and the corridor takes you past the private spaces, and then you come into this big open public space at the back of the house that then goes even further when all the doors are open and just extends straight out into the rear garden. So it's a very different way of living, whether it's a mullet. The concept of having the traditional at the front and the more contemporary at the back is more how I would describe it, but it's very true. Well, I think it's the function that's more important than the form. An architect has all of that knowledge and puts it all together to give you this holistic picture of how a house can best work. And that's got nothing to do with what it looks like. That's the function of it, making it comfortable to live in. And so it's low energy, long life, very comfortable. And then you get the added benefit of the spatial qualities that you can bring. We were really looking for that little bit of open space in terms of a backyard, and that's what we found here.